But it does suck going bald, it does. So finally I went to my doctor about it. I was like, hey, listen, I'm losing my hair. Is there anything we can do? Maybe like some kind of medicine or assisted suicide. And she gave me a pill, and she said, hey, this pill, it'll stop the hair loss, but I think I should warn you, the side effect is erectile dysfunction. I said, even better. Good. Because the only way we can actually stop hair loss, the only way is if we make every bald man infertile. It's the only way. And we have to do it. We need to. Because I don't want another generation of men to grow up and know the pain that is going bald and having to reveal how young you really are to people. It's the worst pain. I told my neighbor recently I was only 32. I saw her cross herself. She said, Dios mío, and crossed herself because I was only 32. And you know what sucks about that? I'm only 27. And I lied, and she crossed herself. I told my roommate, I go, don't tell her I'm 27. She'll blow her brains out so she can pray to Jesus face to face. It sucks going bald, man. So I did start taking the hair loss medicine. I did. And it worked. It really did work. Immediately I stopped getting boners. Just had ED so fast. So I got off the medicines. Here's what I did. I started going to the gym. Because if you're going bald, you have to go to the gym. You have to. Because there are only two kinds of bald you can be. You can be jacked or too skinny. That's it. You can be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or kid who's about to meet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's one or the other. Because that's what we do when we lose our hair, right? We get jacked, we get rich, we get tattoos. Anything so that you will describe us as something other than going bald. Anything else is better. I think that's how skinheads got to be a thing. People were coming up to them like, you racist, misogynistic pieces of shit. And they were like, it's better than bald. Better racist than bald. Which is a bumper sticker in Alabama. Anyway, but I hate going to the gym so much. I hate going. And I told a friend of mine this. My friend, he's one of these guys who's like really into life hacks, unemployed. And I said I hate going to the gym. And he goes, Sam, here's what you got to do. Take a bag of mushrooms, then go to the gym. You can work out forever. I took a bag of shrooms and went to the gym. I was on the treadmill for 3.5 hours before I pressed start. I was just watching anime, chilling. My phone was at home, but I was watching anime. Listen, man, the reason I worry about the image, how I look, I'm single. I want to look good. And I'm trying to date, but I don't know. Here's my issue with dating. People lie, don't they? People lie on every single date. I'm no better than any of them either. I wear a toupee, dates 1 through 3. Then I show up like this, date 4. I'm like, work has been really stressful. I keep praying it'll get better, so I have on this yarmulke. Then I rip it off. She's like, Dios mío. Actually, I went on a 3rd date recently, and that was exciting, because I'm an old school guy. I always wait for the 3rd date to ask her anything about herself. OG shit. But I realized we've been on 3 dates. She hadn't told me what she did for work. So finally I asked, hey, what do you do for a living? And she said, I am a rabbi. I said, well, I gotta go, because that's insane. And she said, Sam, who cares? You're Jewish. I was like, not that Jewish. I am not. I'm closer to ISIS than I am to rabbi. Rabbi's another level. Because people forget Judaism can mean anything. It's a spectrum. And I'm on the not very Jewish end of that spectrum. In fact, this is the spectrum from least Jewish to most Jewish. Ready? So it goes Kanye, then me. Attorney, rabbi, landlord. So that's the spectrum. Thank you.